Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 511. For comics originally coming out June the 5th, 2019. Before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic shops this coming Wednesday. Drew, we have feedback from our listeners and all kinds of stuff happening around the comic world.
Yeah, one of the things we got was from Wade Ledden. We haven't heard from him for a little while, but he posted something about the Mile High break-in. So out there in Denver, some lowlife went into Mile High Comics and smashed some showcases and stole just 14 comic books. Knew exactly what he wanted. He cut himself on the glass while he was breaking in there, and it kind of got Wade at wondering if any of these high-end comics could have any markings or something to help track them, and then wondering out loud that he assumes Mile High is insured. Mm-hmm. Now, I wasn't sure about that, so I reached out to Eric real quick about and he said that like if it's CGC, the slab comic, there is a unique identifying number on there when it's sealed in the plastic. That makes it a specific unifier, but otherwise, unless it's got like a remark on it or if it's just a raw comic, most likely there's not going to be anything to be able to tell it and track it. So they're just in the wind. And this guy that broke in, he was taking stuff like New Mutants 98s and very specific keys. So the guy was a comic guy. Or he was just looking at price tags. I don't know if it had price tags on it or not.
Well, if you're looking just cash, I think you're loading up for more than 14. But who knows?
Yeah. I mean, unless you were worried about, cops coming. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy. Mile High is a price gouger, but I mean, I hate to see comics get stolen from anybody. I'm not a fan of thieves.
Yeah, nothing worse than a thief.
But if anybody's going to get stolen from Mile, it's okay if it's Mile High.
Bad juju, Drew. Bad juju.
Let's see what else is going on. We've got Wolf Warner chiming in and saying that what an entertaining issue. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur continues to hover in rare air. This would make an awesome cinema movie.
Yeah, didn't the friggin' dinosaur pick up the hammer or something?
Yeah.
Pick up some obscure version of Mjolnir?
Yeah.
With his tiny dinosaur arms, the weakest of all characteristics of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and now we have it wielding a hammer.
Well, we also have Raptors in the NBA Finals, so maybe they're making a comeback, right?
This is true. I dare say that dinosaurs never left, Drew.
Perhaps. Just Joe, when we were talking about last week, we were talking about our the tractor pull, the lawn tractor pull downtown, and Just Joe said that when Comics for Fun and Profit says there's some moving weight going on. This is what he posted a gif of a Miami Vice guy with a bunch of cocaine. So legit, we had a very different. He's in South Florida with his own lexicon for when you're moving weight. We were talking about a lawn tractor moving weight. So not quite the same thing.
His much more interesting than ours.
His is much more interesting. Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, we got to get right into this. Let's get into the FOC before I That bore us to tears. Let's move.
All right, of course, the FOC is the final order cutoff. It is their last opportunity to pick out a few books that we either missed on the previews, caught late, or would like to pick up a few more just because things may be a-changing. So, of course, we are on the Cowabunga Comics FOC mailing list. Every Friday, we get a wonderful email from our friend Eric at Cowabunga telling us what's available for the FOC, and we have until the noon hour on Monday if we would like to make any adjustments to our current poll list. Of course, Drew and myself tend to add quite a bit because of the FOC, but there's also FOC exclusive things, and sometimes we get cover art that we did not have previously. So it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful speculation tool, one we look at every single week, and if you need it, I suggest you get on Cowabunga's FOC email subscription link. There's a link in the show notes, or you can send an email to Eric at cowabungacomics.com. As I look through the email that I have received from Cowabunga Comics, Eric usually curtails a few things that he thinks are interesting in the FOC, not necessarily speculation-wise, just some pretty cool stuff. So we have a look here at, he's talking about Action Comics 1012, the variant edition, the Ben Oliver variant, a very cool thing. We have the big old compendium edition of Saga, Drew. That is awesome. Saga compendium. So anything Saga, just to realize it's still out there is a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Now this was a shocker to me. Spawn 298 cover A is an homage to, of course, ASM 298. So I'm assuming we're going to get an homage to 298, an homage to 299, which is essentially a mirror image of this almost, very similar. And then
I think
maybe
we'll done it.
Maybe we'll get another 300 homage cover for Spawn. So
I don't know, man. I think he's done that a couple of times.
What's that?
300 homages.
Yeah, he's already done the 300 pose, but I mean, it's classic. Might as well try it again.
Yeah.
And, of course, Wolverine Exit Wounds #1, Chris Claremont and Varios on the writing there. Get yours for $2.99.
Yeah, what do you think about that Spawn? You think you're going to pull the trigger on that?
Yeah.
I think I am too.
Yep. $2.98, $2.99, or $300, regardless. I think just do it.
Yeah.
And cover A is the way to go on these ones. All right, Drew, let's jump into the FOC ourselves. Let's start at the top of the list. Let's start with that Dark Horse.
I don't have anything.
Nothing. We got the Art of Rage 2, the video game that's out. If you like art books, Dark Horse does some really cool art books. But $40 is a little steep for me.
Yeah.
All right, down to DC Comics. Of course, talked about Action Comics 1012. Of course, we got our Joshua Middleton Batgirl 36. I like that better than a lot of things he's done. It's a little farther back than the typical Middleton, and it's got kind of a very a little more cartoony, like an animated series type feel. I actually really like that one. That is probably one of my favorite covers of his. Even though the other ones are more hyper realistic, I think that's just got a really cool vibe to it. Ooh, the Batman Black and White Omnibus. Wow.
Did you enjoy that when it was coming out in single issues?
I don't think I finished it, but
I don't
what
think
I
I
picked
did
up,
either.
I liked, but it just wasn't enough to hold me.
I do. Yeah, I know we got in on it early, but I don't remember us sticking with it, either one of us.
This title collects stories from Batman Black and White 1 through 4, Batman Black and White 1 through 6, and stories from Batman Gotham Knights 1 through 49.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering where they got $125 worth of content out of.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that long.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, they're re-releasing the Kitchen trade paperback. Interesting.
Because of the TV series.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. And yet another Watchmen trade reissue. international version, which that has is that without the smiley face?
I do not know.
I was thinking that was because of there's like a trademark for the smiley face button, so I think they don't have that on the cover. Yeah, I believe that's it. And did you see the trailer for Watchmen on HBO?
Huh.
Does not look great.
How did I miss a trailer that you got? That's
yeah,
crazy.
Does not look great.
I'm not, unfortunately, able to see the art on Martian Manhunter 6, but we have a Joshua Middleton B cover on that.
I'll watch it anyway. Who am I kidding?
Yeah. Jenny Frison rocking the Wonder Woman 73. Alright, IDW Crow Hack and Slash #1. That is an interesting crossover.
Yeah, man, they're just throwing everything together and seeing what sticks, aren't they?
There you go. So if you're a fan of either Sealy, Hack and Slash, or the Crow,
yeah,
one of those speak to you.
One of those should line up. And then they're gonna cross over Ghostbusters and Transformers.
Sure they are. Okay.
I don't like that either.
Mm. Yeah, it seems like the Ghostbusters would be a little underpowered in the firepower.
You'd think.
Yeah. Ghosts of Cybertron. Can a robot have a ghost? How? Interesting.
Maybe.
Very crazy. Alright, from there we're going to go a little further down into some IDW where there's nothing in, then to Image.
Well, I am looking at that Spawn. I can get the Virgin cover. And I can get the black and white cover. All of $298. What do you do?
You go with the A.
Just go with the A.
In this instance, you want it to look as much like the original cover because your people like the homaging, the aping of the previous one. So you want it to look like that, and it is colored in a way that looks like those older books. Mm-hmm. So you just want that cover A. You don't need anything else.
So are you getting one?
No.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Just me. I'm all by myself.
A bit by yourself, correct. Leading to the record-setting 300th issue.
I'm a sucker for a cover gimmick.
Heck yeah, it's awesome looking.
Oh, they're relaunching Weatherman. It's another volume.
Yep.
I don't remember what happened with the last volume.
It rained.
No. I don't know what happened to that guy. Huh. I don't care. I'm not going to read this. I guess. Guess it didn't hold up.
There you go. Alright, that looks like it's it for Image. Head on down to Marvel.
Well, back up to the Saga Compendium.
We are not going to Marvel.
So that is trades 1 through 9, all 54 of the first issues together.
This is everything that's been released.
It's a phone book.
Yes.
Like they do in Walking Dead, but that's 48 issues. So this is an additional 6 on top of that. It's going to be a thick mama.
1,400 pages of gorgeously graphic full color artwork, including a new cover. So this #1 finger we got.
Yeah, that's a new cover.
The only way to get that cover.
$35, man. That's pretty cheap.
That is a
discount.
Really good deal. Yeah.
Golly. But I got hardcovers, man. So do I triple, quadruple dip on some of these things? I got trades. I got Volume 1 trades. I got multiple Image First ones. I got the regular one. No, I don't have the regular one.
I was going to say, you do not have that.
You have the regular one, which
Correct.
I'll steal from you when you're on vacation.
Yes.
And so and I have the hardcover, and then do I need the compendium too?
I believe you just convinced me that you're a fairly large collector of Saga.
I do love Saga.
And for a penny and for a pound.
I do love Saga, and if I don't get it now...
There are many that consider Saga one of the best independent comics ever written. Why not own it?
It is really good. That's my thinking on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you can move on to Marvel.
All right, moving on down to Marvel. So many covers. My goodness, I just get lost.
You do love the multiple covers.
Mm-hmm. Try to think of anything interesting's happened in Amazing Spider-Man. Not really. They're apparently really touting the Nick Spencer landmark 25th issue. One issue away from 25. So, it might be worth checking these 24 and 25 out to see if anything's going to happen with this bandaged up character they're talking a lot about. It's been a while since Spider-Man's given us anything new.
Yeah, that's true.
So, we are due.
And there's an annual, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or is that the Miles? That's a Miles, right?
That's Miles, yeah. Yeah, we also have our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man number 8. That's the Tom Taylor book.
Mm-hmm.
Not even giving us the art on that one. All right.
So what's the deal with why Darth Vader relaunching again?
I don't know. Oh, this is one of the Age of Republic, so this is a one-shot.
Oh, it's a one-shot. Okay. I don't get it. Superior. Still fun. So much fun.
Yep. War of the Realms, War of the Realms, War of the Realms. And they're pumping out the Mysterio books in the True Believer section.
Oh, nice.
That was one that I could have seen a facsimile maybe even on.
Yeah, and they probably will.
Yeah. That was a pretty early Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Head on down. We got Boom with a few things out. Nothing too crazy. And then Dynamite, but nothing I need from them. And our smaller publishers. Space Riders Vortex of Darkness #1. Drew, this is a Black Mask book with a pretty trippy looking cover. I'm assuming this will be a blacklight cover.
Maybe. I see. 'Cause, yeah, that's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Been some good Black Mask lately.
Huh. Interesting. I like the cover for At the End of Your Tether #1 of 3 from Lion Forge. Adam Smith writing, Vivi Glass on art, and like I said, Adina Soote. A neat little cover. I like that cover a lot.
What's it about? Nervous about having to see his ex. Ludo Kare gives her a phone call to explain he'll be returning to the old base they grew up on. Big laughs and a familiar sort of cadence in Arlo's voice don't just instantly calm him down. They make him excited to see her. That excitement only hurts him more when they show up the next day and find out Arlo has been missing for the last week. What is this? What this?
Lion Forge 1 of 3.
It's a short little whodunit. Where they at?
Yeah.
I know I skipped this in the original launch, and it's an expensive one. It's a $5 book.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Like I said, I was just the cover. Man, I love it.
You like the cover?
Yep.
I guess that's it, really.
Yeah. I'm not much for toys, but this BioShock Big Daddy and Rosie statue is dope.
Nice.
Not worth $651, but
yeah,
man, I'm such a big BioShock guy. I just love that statue.
Looks like that's all I had.
Yep, so that's just a little bit of a trek through our FOC, and now it's done. What else we got, Drew?
Oh, I wanted to, do you remember when the facsimiles, Marvel started putting out these facsimile editions, we were like, man, these are neat. You know who needs to do this? DC.
Yes.
And we're like, they suck. They'll never do it. Guess what? In this month's catalog for June, the DC has decided to do some facsimile editions. They're doing Batman 232, which is the first Ra's al Ghul. It's from, I don't know, it's a 15 center. I don't know where that puts that. It's late 60s, early 70s, maybe? Is that where that is?
Something maybe around there.
So I thought that was a good choice. And they're doing House of Secrets number 92, which is the first Swamp Thing. Yeah, it's a 1971 comic. So they are getting into the facsimile game a little bit. I think that's cool.
Are they calling them facsimiles?
Yes, and they are calling them the exact same thing, calling them facsimile editions.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then Marvel has a couple more. They're doing X Factor 87, which is... I don't know what that is. It's X Factor 87. I don't know that that's a key. Is that a key? And then they're doing New Mutants. Well, I think they already did 98, didn't they? Yeah. But so DC is now in the game. So I'm excited. I'd like to see them do a couple of those every single month. No, don't do too many. Right? Yeah. I think 2 or 3 a month is good. You don't have to buy one you're not getting one every week, but you have a couple to choose from, and if it's the right key, I'm getting it, right?
There you
go. I don't think I'm getting both of those, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind having the first Ra's al Ghul on the wall, even if it's a facsimile.
Mm-hmm.
I got to learn how to pronounce it. Facsimile, not fa. I think I said facsimile.
Facsimile?
A couple of times. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. And now I want to shoot over to the cover price top 10 selling comics for the week of 5/31, which is the day we're recording. So number 1 is a book I just read last night, Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 6. And this is the first appearance of Starling, who is Vulture's granddaughter. Very cool character, a little older than Miles. There's definitely like a little chemistry going on between the two of them. I could see her coming back and playing a big part. really, really good debut. I mean, not a cameo situation. She was in it throughout.
Gotcha.
So it was a solid debut of this new character.
So definitely pick it up for cover if you can find it. Should you pay a premium and make sure you don't miss out on this?
No, I don't think so. I mean, she's a great character.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say about Silk, though? What did I say about Spider-Gwen? Yeah, I was wrong about those. So, yeah, maybe. 55 of them have moved this week for double cover. So there's a lot of heat on it.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the list is War of Realms, New Agents of Atlas, number 2. This is the first appearance of Swordmaster, and this is a hot new series, supposedly. 76 of these have moved this week for around $11 a piece on average. I have set out the entire War of the Realms thing crossover. I read like the first issue of War of the Realms, and I just said forget it. And I didn't do any of the crossovers, so I missed out on this completely.
Gotcha. One key thing, I just looked it up. Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 5, only 28,000 of them exist. So this will be probably closer to 25,000 copies of that when we're talking about that first appearance of Vulture's granddaughter.
Gotcha. The AOC Who Dis one shot that came out was an homage to Wonder Woman and limited to 250 copies. DC didn't like them using Wonder Woman likeness, so they sent a cease and desist. So these have been pulled. So there was only 250 copies originally. There's probably less now. 23 of these moved this week, and they're selling for $1,000 a piece. So if you could have got some,
if you got it, sell it now.
If you got it, sell it. Venom number 4, Lethal Protector number 4 is the first appearance of Scream. This is quarter bin fodder. Mm-hmm. I bought and sold a ton of these a couple years ago. I don't know if I still have some, but I'm gonna look for them because they're selling for $11 a piece now. 55 of them have moved this week. So something to look for. Walking Dead 191. I hope you've read it by now. That's going to be a spoiler in 2 seconds. We've moved 51 of these for around $10 a piece this week, and it's because Rick got shot, and that's why it's moving. This little book I like to call Secret Wars number 8 has got a big resurgence. It's first appearance of Black Costume, of course, and so 54 copies of that thing moved this week, and it's selling raw at $43, which I think is a bargain.
You've bought and sold quite a few of that issue, haven't you?
Quite a few, yes.
You used to find that. You lucked out and got a couple of number 8s in a quarter bin, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see, we've got Bone Parish number 1 as in the 7th ranked slot. It is a Colin Bunn series that is people have taken to. I skipped it because I'm sick of Colin Bunn, and that was a mistake because 11 of them sold this week for $30 a piece.
Yeah, dang.
There's another War of the Realms, New Agent of Atlas number 1. The introduction of several new Asian characters. This will be their first appearances. This is just selling for cover, but 42 of them have moved. So there's a chance that this could be something big.
Oh, look, Drew. There's Silk.
Well, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never last, I said. Spider-Gwen's never gonna stick around. Don't pay double cover for that book, which is now what, $150?
Yeah, it's up there.
Let's see, Captain America 275. This is the first appearance of Baron Zemo II. I don't know why that's significant. I must have missed that. It's selling for around $10, $9-10. So 33 of them sold this week. Don't get that one. And then War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas #2. This is the Stonehouse variant, a variant cover for very hot issue with the first appearance of Swordmaster. So there you go. What do you think of those?
Some interesting stuff. Some very cool ones.
You know what was missing?
Say what?
You know what was missing? All those Atlas books from last week.
Yeah, they were hot for a moment, and then people moved on. Everybody who wanted them got them.
They were hot for like 2 seconds. And I didn't even get a chance to look through my boxes to see if I had any.
Strike while the iron is hot, sir.
Yes. So with that being said, let's scooch on over to Sneak Peek.
All right, Sneak Peek. We're going over to previewsworld.com. We're going to find June the 5th, 2019, and we're going to start where we love to start. We love to start an image.
We do love to start an image.
Yeah.
Because it's the best, usually. We've got the 5th issue of Criminal, which is a great series if you haven't read it. Makes you want to go back and read all the old Criminal if you haven't read those, which I'm working my way through. Very good stuff. We have
Drew! Go ahead.
I'm sorry, the final issue of Eclipse. Great series by Zach Kaplan, who needs his own Big 2 book. Soon. Get him on a Big 2 book. And check that out if you haven't. Well, probably don't just jump on that if you haven't read anything else, but it's a really good series.
Drew, what's one of my favorite comic book words?
Penultimate?
Penultimate, that's right. Paper Girls 29 is the penultimate issue. Part 4 of the final arc. Of course, Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chang. This will wrap it up as a nice 30-issue package for the time travel young girl Cleveland, Ohio escapade.
Gonna miss it. Really good, fun book. Man-Eaters is winding down as well. This is ending at 10 or 12. Must be 12. Has some real clunker issues, but some of them are just brilliant satire. Worth reading. It'll be a nice collected edition.
There you go. Thumbs #1 by Sean Lewis and Hayden Sherman. Imagine someone like, say, Mark Zuckerberg created his own army of tech-obsessed teens and directed them to take on the government. What would the fallout be? Charlie, Thumbs Fellows, is a member of such an army. Poor and raised by the influential Mom app, he finds himself in the center of a war. The Social Network meets Blade Runner in his big event book from the team that brought you the hit series The Few.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Not as interesting as Walking Dead 192.
That's right. Did I know that there was a blank cover to this, or did this happen last moment?
Yes. I think it was solicited with... Yes.
Crap.
Now, it's called Aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Carl fighting for the Commonwealth. We should find out if he's dead, if Rick is dead or not in this issue.
Or we just flash away from Rick for 8 straight issues and deal with other people and then flash back for issue 200.
Which is quite possible. And Kirkman is not a dummy.
No.
He knows how comics work.
Yes.
And he likes to play with speculators and toy with us. Mm-hmm. But I would think the death of Rick, if that's what Not 192 is, would be a key issue in the run for Walking Dead. Would it not?
Yep.
And if he got shot 191, is it not safe to assume that we get to determine whether he's dead or alive in 192?
Nope, Drew, you are going to end up with 10 issues of a book where Rick does not die.
That's not the first time
No, not at all.
I've done this, by the way. I have messed up before. I should just open a shop so I can dump these on somebody else when I screw up.
That's awesome.
That's all I had.
I don't have any blank covers coming. Oh well.
What are you gonna do with the blank cover?
Draw.
You're gonna draw on it?
No. But like, it's a good one to get signed if it is the death. Then you have that nice blank cover to do something with.
Yeah, but you're gonna wait in Robert Kirkman's line?
No.
No, me neither. Charlie Adler's line? No, I'm not waiting that. I'm not waiting that.
Andrew Lincoln's probably not doing anything anymore, so that should be a short line.
You have to pay $50 for that signature.
Nah, just meet him at the local bar. He'll sign it.
Sign this, Rick.
Sign this in the next round.
Coral.
Sign it with stuff and things. All right. That's all for Image. Anything in Dark Horse?
No.
IDW has nothing I care about. And now we're down to DC. Of course, Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 3, Number 2. I am continuing to get these, both the Kevin Eastman and the traditional Freddie Williams cover.
Did you enjoy Volume 2?
Wasn't as good as 1, but still serviceable and good.
And who is the writer again?
James Tynion the Fourth.
Oh God, yeah.
Stop it.
That's your guy.
Stop it. Deceased number 2. The horror variant is... What is that? I assume that is Freddy Krueger?
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
The first issue was great, by the way, for Deceased. Mm-hmm. We also have the penultimate of Adventures of Super Sons. So only one more of those coming after this.
There shall be more.
I don't think so. I think they're going to take a break.
I mean, eventually. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I hope so. Back. I mean, I'm so confused over whether Jonathan's a kid or not. Or is he a teenager? I wish they'd make up their mind.
Yeah.
Frank Cho on the B cover. Just wonderful stuff.
It's a very D&D inspired. That's awesome.
It's a really good cover.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
We missed that on FOC for some reason.
I think I've been sleeping on Cho a little bit the last one. Ooh, these Deathstroke have been good. What's the... Oh, no, we got Francisco Federici on the cover B.
Now, a lot of this June stuff is all Year of the Villain tie-ins. And, it's going to be a crowded month. I was looking at the checklist, and it's quite lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of crossovers, but I don't think they're mandatory crossovers. So, read them if you want to.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Shazam's great Dale Eaglesham covers. The art's fantastic. I've really been enjoying it.
Anything else in DC?
I don't think so.
Let's head on down to Marvel, where, Drew, we have the Sophie's Choice for Kyle.
Black Cat, number 1.
We have J. Scott Campbell on the A, and Art Germ on the B.
Well, you're going to go JSC.
Yes. And Scotty Young on the Young variant. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Poor Travel Foreman. Nobody cares about your copy. Poor Blank. Nobody cares about your copy.
Yeah, we got some heavy hitters for our sneak peek picks this week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No brainers.
Let's see, Marvel.
Do you care about Peter David coming back to write Incredible Hulk?
Sure. Well, no. I mean, I would have, aside from the fact that, Hulk already has something pretty big going on.
Yeah, Immortal Hulk's doing all right. Do we really need to be distracted with another one, another version?
Exactly.
But Peter David had a massive run on Hulk. Well over 100 issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, strike while the iron's hot. I get that. That Hulk's really doing well. Let's put more Hulk out. People want Hulk. Okay. But it's a different kind of Hulk. I don't know if it's a good idea. Marcos Martin B cover on Marvel Team Up number 3 is beautiful Marcos Martin art.
It's of course an arm homage. It's the opposite of the one cover where he's got the thing, but I actually don't like the art. I don't think it's well done.
You don't like Marcos Martin's art?
I don't like this.
You are wrong.
I'm wrong a lot, but yeah.
You're totally.
I like the homage to the the suit in the can, but yeah, doesn't move the needle for me.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll allow it. I'll allow you to have your own opinion.
But just this once.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker, Age of Republic one shot. True Believers for Amazing Spider-Man number 1.
ASM 1, that's a nice one.
That's a great one.
Spider Armor number 1. Does anybody care about Web of Spider-Man 100?
Mm-mm.
Although it does remind me of the days when they brought out a 100th issue. Actually, I don't know what books were costing, so I'm not sure if $2.95 is that big of a markup or not, or what, for whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Marvel was doing at the time.
Yeah, books for they moved from like 150 to 195, and then to 299 pretty quickly. I think after that.
Yeah.
Done with Marvel.
Done with Marvel.
When Dynamite, I just wanted to. Red Sonja's been great. Mark Russell's doing the writing. Those first 4 issues have been fantastic.
You know what else is fantastic, Drew? That cosplay cover.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Cosplay's not consent, Drew.
Alright, that's all I got there. So head on down and see what Boom has for us. We have Giant Days number 1 from John Allison and Max Sarin.
Giant Days number 51.
Oh, it is 51. I thought I said 1. Never mind. I read that too quickly. Yep, nothing else.
Nope, nothing for me.
Alright, let's see what our smaller publishers have.
Well, we got Boogly Heads from Devil's Due Comics. Gosh, Devil's Due. You couldn't put out a Scorriers, and now you're relegated to Boogly Heads by Gus Fink. And it's the Instagram star Gus Fink. Ugh. God. Not going to be my pick of the week.
Drew, instead of Red Sonja, we have Dead Sonja from Keen Spot.
Hilarious, those Keen Spotters. We got Category 0 number 1 from Scout Comics, written by Adam Kiamil with art by Tom Lima. That's where the Earth's entire population has become infected with an airborne virus, but only 1% have the specific gene required to activate it. And those individuals begin to develop unusual abilities due to the rare gene. So it's like what makes Inhumans? What's that? Terrigenesis?
Terrigen Mist.
Terrigen Mist, yes. Kind of like that.
There you go. All right, Drew, I'm thoroughly intrigued. Humanoids Incorporated printings, Ignited #1, written by Mark Waid and Kwaza Osejefo.
Where's this at?
Down under Ignited #1. Welcome to the H1 universe and Ignited, Humanoid's first ever ongoing super-powered series, brought to you by the explosive team of writers Mark Waid, who you may know from Kingdom Come, and Kwanzaa Osajefu from Black AF, and artist Phil Brynleonis from Aquaman. It's the first day back at Phoenix Academy High, but this year there's no back-to-school excitement in the air, as returning students and faculty are haunted by memories of last year's horrific attack. So many friends and colleagues were lost, and some of those who survived underwent changes. They ignited, gaining supernatural abilities they barely understand. Little do they know how this is just the beginning. Huh.
Yeah, that was a free comic book day.
Oh, okay.
So they launched it there, and we'll see. We'll see if people are interested. I hope so. Be nice. Something caught on. So I'm not seeing anything else that jumps out at me.
Princess Revolution #1 from Scout Comics.
Ah.
The next entry in the new Binge imprint, where Scout releases a world premiere issue followed by the entire story a few months later in one volume. Interesting way to do comics.
Yeah, I like what they're going for. I hope it catches on too.
Yeah. All right, Drew, that's all I can find as I crawl through the smaller publishers. Drew, this is the Ported Podcast where I say, give me your book of the week. What is the one book to make sure you go to your LCS snag up, because it could increase in value?
Do I even have to say it out loud?
Oh, come on now.
It's Walking Dead 192 for me.
There you go. That is definitely the big one. Is Walking Dead 192.
And I guess what I think I know what yours is.
What is it, sir?
It's Black Cat #1.
Yeah, it's J. Scott Campbell.
Cover A.
Yep, you can get a nice J. Scott Campbell cover A. You do that. Absolutely. You do that each and every time. And I think I have the art germ coming as well. Just for fun.
So, but I mean, you got to go with the J. Scott Campbell, right?
Mm-hmm. And there's actually a couple really cool J. Scott Campbells that you can get from his specific site. He did a few other variant covers.
Yeah, when he does that, I hate that.
That are actually really cool, because the classic Mary Jane one where he's swinging away from her apartment. It's got her with a coffee cup. That really good one. Which got the inverse of that, where he's swinging towards Black Cat. It's very, very well done as well.
Oh,
so
I love that one of Mary Jane he did. That's great.
Yeah. So good stuff. But we thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we ventured through comics originally releasing June the 5th, 2019. If there are other things in this really great week that you think we missed that we should be keyed in on, or our listeners should be keyed in on, make sure you drop us a line on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, drop us a Gmail, or any of the other things that can be found at comicsfunprofit.com. We would very much love and appreciate to hear from you. But for now, for Drew and for myself, see ya.